Hello and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2 on the F-Heroes 2 engine. Today we're going to be playing a map called Dungeon Below, which is a small-sized map. This, of course, is Heroes 2, which means there is no such thing as an underground zone. And the Dungeon faction also technically doesn't exist, we just have the Wizard and the Warlock faction. So on this particular map, it's the Wizards and Warlocks fighting over control of a mysterious dungeon just discovered. And this is a bit of a weird start because you have a choice between the Wizard and the Warlock, and you start off with quite a strong stack of units. So playing as the Warlock, we're going to start off with a decent stack of dragons. Playing as the Wizard, I don't really know what happens. I'm not going to select the Wizard because I already know the Warlock does begin in the bottom right corner of the map. I don't want to give myself the advantage of knowing exactly where my opponent is. The balance of power was just peachy until the rumours hit of a legendary staff of wizardry. If your opponent gets his hands on that artifact, he'll be knocking down your door before you know it. Better that you should get the staff and rule. Okay, so here's our weird start. We start off with 26 Medusas plus 5 green dragons. We start off with the Elemental Ring, which halves the cost of summoning spells. We also start off with Eagle Eye, which kind of sucks. Our hero for some reason is called Blue Coil. I don't know why. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. So we pick up a spell scroll there, and we pick one up from here, and let's just have a look at what those are. So we have Summon Earth Elemental and Summon Water Elemental. And we also have a weird start in our town, where we don't have a fort, we don't have the ability to recruit centaurs, we do have the ability to recruit minotaurs and hydras, but that's it. We also start off with a dungeon for extra income, which is always nice, and we start off with a level 5 mage guild, including Dimension Door, Chain Lightning, Cold Ray, View Heroes, Blind, Magic Arrow, Haste. Basically, we start off incredibly powerful here. So these two units, they're both average speed. We don't really have enough movement points to accomplish too much on this swamp terrain, so let's just end the turn there. It is said that the Staff of Wizardry lays deep in the heart of a dungeon, built long ago under your kingdom and your Cold War foes. Guarded by mysterious forces and monsters, it will not be easy to acquire this kingdom expander. Okay. So let's see, we've brought in 500 gold, which is not a lot, but it is enough to recruit one Minotaur. Minotaurs also have average speed, so they're not going to slow us down. With that said, they're not going to help us too much either. So if we want to actually start upgrading this town, we need to get access to a lot more gold, but also a lot of wood and ore. And there is a lot lying around, but I really don't want to stay in this swamp. It's incredibly bad for us. I think we're going to go to the north, we're going to try and go to the graveyard just to get the extra gold from that, and we're going to try and break out as soon as we can. So let's step out. The Iron Golems actually want to join us, which I'm going to say yes to, but they are going to slow us down, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. We will fight these for the experience, and we don't have to play that out because it's so simple. Okay, let's end the turn there. Resources were depleted long ago, you must build up for war. You must hire the finest Spelunker heroes in the land. You browbeat the citizens to turn over their precious items for the good of your tiny realm. So we actually do not start with Expert Wisdom, which means if we want Dimension Door, we need to level up. So let's take these on, and let's go straight for this. This should be fine, I think. So 3 losses expected, we're going to try and preserve our Medusas. And I think we're good just to throw in the Iron Golems if we have to. Okay, this seems pretty obvious. Let's go for it. So we wipe those 2 stacks out. Zombies are doing 31 damage per hit. How's that looking? We should be fine. We don't need to use anyone else. I thought S was for skip, but it's for surrender. Okay, good to know. Let's kill these off. Other stacks shouldn't be able to reach us. Move away. Have a look. So still 67 hit points to go. These do get to move next, and they have 4 speed. So it's actually quite hard to avoid them. Okay, that kind of sucks. Might just have to take a loss. No, they actually go for the dragons. So completely get away with that. Okay, interesting. So So we level up, we have the option of basic diplomacy, the option of advanced estates. Let's go for advanced estates, let's go for advanced wisdom. And we have picked up a new artifact. This artifact is the Wand of Negation, which protects us from dispel magic. Okay, so just to remind ourselves of the actual victory conditions, we need to find the Staff of Wizardry, and we need to make sure we don't lose. Pretty sure even if we defeat our opponent, we still have to find the staff, so that's worth bearing in mind. Okay, back to this town. I think since there's nothing we can really do to build up, we're just going to skip through the turns pretty quickly. And what is this? Green tent. I don't actually know what the green tent is. Okay, so let's defeat this. Let's go for basic pathfinding, 100% we want that. And let's go for these griffins. Let's chase them down. A few losses are expected. I'm going to say yes to that. I'm not going to waste any time. Oh wow, okay, so it's an actual map object. You enter the tent and see an old woman gazing into a magic gem. She looks up and says, "In my travels I have learned much in the way of arcane magic. A great oracle taught me his skill. I have the answer you seek." The green tent. I guess that's like the Keymaster's tent from Heroes 3. Yeah, I've not played many of these expansion maps, so I've not seen that one before. Okay, let's go down to this. We need to be so careful with the movement points. Do we still pick this up? We are slowly reaching the point where we could build the fort, so reluctantly I will go for this stuff. Okay, so a pack of Minotaur Kings, a pack of Minotaurs, and there's an obelisk there too. We'll chase these down. And let's go for this. Go for this too. Let's go for advanced pathfinding, and let's just push on. So we're now up to 15 ore, so pretty close. If we actually start going back, that should be fine, but I think we want expert wisdom first, for sure. Okay, we've made it to week 2. Let's go for the obelisk. Which does reveal a fair amount, but not too much. We can see it's in lava terrain somewhere. Those caverns look grim and evil. Are you sure you want to go in here? I'm gonna risk it. I will go for the level up, because that does get me expert wisdom. Then I think we could take these things on. I'm pretty sure we have to go in the caverns either way. If we go to the southwest, that's probably a dead end. However, we should go back and get Dimension Door. Pretty sure that's correct. Then let's go for the ore. And we're going to start moving back. We do now have enough to upgrade to the castle. Forgot it's called the castle, not the fort. Okay, so we have the option of recruiting an extra hero just to pick things up, and Sabu the Barbarian looks like a good choice with basic, with access to pathfinding right from the start. Okay, let's go in to get our spell. And we don't have enough to recruit an extra hero, so let's just end the turn there, although I guess... Do we need to get our spell points back? We already have 23 spell points. We can get 7 spell points if we don't leave. It is a dead end to the southwest. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Of course we want to go through the caverns. It's the only option that makes sense, the only option we have. I think we stay where we are, and we get those extra spell points. Then we will go for this. Grab this just in case we need it. And let's start moving up. Then we're going to go ahead and pick up Sabu. I'm going to put these slow units behind. And let's start picking up these resources. Okay, so we still have 940 we could spend, so we could go for something like the marketplace, we could go for the moat. The cave is actually really cheap, so let's go for that. And the turn there. I'm not sure how long we have before our opponent starts having a chance of getting that artifact. Okay, back to the town. We do have the option of the statue for extra income. And the turn there. Let's go for this next fight. Again, pretty straightforward. We start off pretty massively overpowered, so we're not going to have too much trouble. We can see the ultimate artifact is somewhere near to a sulfur mine. Lots of Ogre Lords. This could be slightly tougher. Let's start coming up. Then let's go back to this. So these choices are not as good. We do have a massive excess of wood. Going for the crypt requires a lot more ore. Going for the upgraded maze requires more gold. I think we save our gold for now. Then let's go for this. Some losses expected. I will try and hang on to these units. And I think I also need to hang on to the spell points. So these things have 4 speed. We have 4 speed too. Let's try and stay back. Gonna try and move away from this stuff. Although if we go for this, we could move our Medusas up. Should keep them safe. Okay, sadly they have distanced themselves from each other. Let's just go for this. Do kill them off. Okay, possibly a bit too difficult to keep ourselves safe from this stack. I think we go for the attack. We do take 1 loss, okay. That's okay, it's slightly better than what the auto-resolve managed. Let's go for basic logistics, really important for a map like this. It's going to be all about our main hero's movement. And I think for this fight, I want to split these up into multiple stacks. And what I should have done before is actually put these at the top, because that will ensure they go first. Should we chase these down? I think we should. We can do it with no losses, and we're forced into a choice between navigation, which is almost certainly pointless, and ballistics. We'll go for ballistics. Go back to Sabu, and we'll start coming in this direction. Then back to the town. Let's go for the nest. Get the creature production up. In the turn there, we get to the next week, and we can go for the ore. There is a gold mine just there, it's pretty heavily guarded, but I think almost certainly worth going for. There's also the green barrier up there, which surely that's what leads to the staff. And we do have Dimension Door, and it only costs 10. So we could just skip this whole stage, but is that premature? So taking on several green dragons probably could be done. Lots of water elementals should be fine. Question is, do we go back? Get some more units. We do need more gold. I think we should play it safe and go straight towards the gold. Bring these back together. Okay, we get a group of pikemen, 24 pikemen for free. These also have average speed, so that's fine. Now let's split these up. Again, this should be a pretty straightforward fight. We should be able to get a lot of free experience from this. Can now get 1,000 gold per day from that. Let's go for 1,000 gold from this. And let's keep picking up these resources. Then back to the town, let's go for the crypt. End the turn there. So this is a bit of a waste of our main hero's movement points, but let's just pick up these resources because I don't think we're going to bring our scout in this direction. We'll go for these for the XP, and I think for this particular map, we might not need archery, so I'm going to skip that. Okay, this seems to be a pretty long-winded way to go, but might turn out to be necessary. So if we go back to the town, we have 5,200 we can spend. We could go for another hero if we want to, start bringing up some units. If we want to go for the green tower, we need a lot more sulfur. I think we should go for the upgraded maze. And we will hang on to our gold for now. Oh wow, okay. You find the remains of an earlier attempt to transgress this dungeon. The guy sure didn't get very far. You check his pockets. His rabbit's foot wasn't so lucky. We also get ourselves a grand total of 5 gold. Guess it's slightly better than nothing. Okay, Sabu is going to come down. Is his name Sabu? One of your troops triggers a spear trap. Luckily you avoid the spears. You relieve the previous victims, who weren't so lucky, of what little remains of their goods. The spear shafts will come in handy too. Okay, so I'm worried that at some point one of these traps is actually going to do some damage to us, but gotta take that risk. Okay, let's pick up this. No choice but to go through this. Okay, we're gonna go for pathfinding, although we might not really need that at this point. Keep going for these easy fights. Then back to the town. So the green tower I think will be possible at some point. There's nothing else we can upgrade. I think we are reaching the point where we should consider a second hero. I'm gonna go for Lord Kilburn. And let's see what we can afford. So if we go for 12 Minotaur Kings, we can't quite afford that. So we should wait for at least one turn. I'm gonna go for 1 Gargoyle for the extra speed. Then I think we end the turn there. Okay, back to this. Let's just push through all of this stuff. Keep going north. There's a bit of sulfur there, which is what we need. I am conscious we've gone the really long way, which, if this is a race against our opponents, that's probably not done us any favours. Gonna be forced to go for this, I think. Okay, so back to Sabu, we should pass over the Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Then back to Lord Kilburn, that was an annoying misclick, so I guess we're gonna stay for another turn. Okay, never mind. Thieves Guild could be interesting. I would be curious to learn a bit more, but 750 gold, I feel like we're better off saving that. Okay, back to this. Let's just open this up. Let's go for advanced logistics. Then let's pass across the Rabbit's Foot. And I guess we could also pass across the goblins, but I think that actually does more harm than good. Okay, another pretty straightforward fight. We also probably do want to open this up, so we can get back. Then we'll go for this. I should probably actually check the numbers before I just throw myself in, but so far the fights all seem to be a pretty similar level of difficulty. Okay, let's go for 2,000 gold. Then let's go back to the town, and let's start picking some of this stuff up. So we'll go with Minotaur Kings first. Hydras are a bit too slow, but they are really good. Griffins are affordable. How much do we have? 4,000 left to spend. So this costs 3,000, that's probably about as good as we can do. I'm going to leave the slow units behind, and we're going to start bringing these up. Okay, we'll leave this stuff to be picked up by Sabu. Go for the extra gold, let's go for the sulfur, and let's start pushing to the east. Finish these off. So a pack of Archmagi, that could be slightly tougher in theory, but I think we'll still be fine, which we are. Keep going north. Go for the zombies. I should maybe use Dimension Door. I feel like if I Dimension Door up to this, that would allow me to confront my opponent, but I'm not necessarily stronger just yet. Need to bring those units up. Let's just go towards the green barrier, which we know we need to go through. Gonna push straight through. Oh crap, okay. Interesting. I wonder why that happened. Sure this isn't the toughest fight so far. Okay, they're extremely fast. And they get morale. And we lose our turn. Okay, that explains that. How bad was that? 31 hit points left. This isn't looking good. Chain Lightning, 400 points of damage. That is going to be really good, but I'm not sure it's enough to save us. We should go for these. I think that's our best hope. Then we go for these two. Okay, it's good to have a bit of challenge. I don't mind that. We do survive. So if we go forward and kill these off, can these two reach? They have 5 speeds, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can reach us. I think we stay back. Yeah. Kill these off, if we can. Everything else stays back. And there's probably an argument for leaving one of these stacks behind, because that morale situation is not good. Okay, nothing too bad. We get the extra 2 wood per day, which feels slightly overdue, but it's good to have it. We do get through because of our green tent. So there's an artifact, which I'm assuming is the artifact we need. Can we avoid fighting the dragons? I'm a bit nervous because of the morale. I feel like we should try and get rid of these pikemen as soon as possible. Okay, so this first fight should be fine. No, that's predicted to be a loss as well. Should have brought the 2 stacks together. Okay. So we can cast a spell. We could even summon elementals. I'm still tempted to go for this. They are slightly tougher than I thought. Perhaps what we do is we sacrifice the pikemen. Yeah, because they're dropping our morale. I don't mind if we lose those. Okay, 2 of the stacks have moved together, so I think we risk going for this. And they are going to start beating up our dragons, but they're not really doing too much damage. Go for this. Okay, they're going to focus down the dragons, which is completely fine. Keep these 2 safe. We did take a loss. I thought I had way more hit points. That was my bad. Okay, how are we doing? 171 hit points to go. Yeah, that was careless. I did lose a dragon, but if we literally just have to take a couple more of these fights and then we win, that should still be fine. Do lose a pikeman. Perhaps bring in the Medusas. Yeah, this morale situation's still pretty bad. Okay, that was not great. We're going to go for expert logistics, and we're going to end the turn there. If we go back to the town, is there anything else worth doing? Probably not. We can see our opponent. It's the Week of the Hydra, which could be good for us, if this map turns out to be longer, but I assume that's the artifact we need. So we just have to take on a horde of fire elementals. Bring these 2 stacks together. Split the pikemen off. Can we reach? Just gonna try and get as close as we can. Okay, I think we are actually safer not risking bad morale. And then let's try this. So 1 loss expected. See what we can do. So these things are also pretty speedy, but that's not so bad for us because there is a very easy choice of target just there. If we were to go for something like Chain Lightning, that would probably be good. I'm not sure how the resistances work for these. 200% damage from cold spells. Should still take full damage from Chain Lightning. Then we go for this. Shouldn't take any losses. Okay, is that it? Is that the end of the map? It's guarded by a Titan. That's fine. We will play this out in case it's the final fight, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a very straightforward... Just throw ourselves in. Taking a small amount of damage, nothing too bad. This guy has no chance of killing herself. Finish him off, we take the Staff of Wizardry, and yeah, that's it. It's quite an interesting map. I feel like that would have been more fun if it was longer, and if the town was more relevant. I think a map like that but on a much larger map size. Would have been a lot of fun. But never mind, that is Dungeon Below, completed in 22 days, Black Dragon rating. I will be adding my one-off map playthroughs to a playlist, so do check the description if you'd like to check that out. Very short one this time, but that is that. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.